In political debates, it's easy to fall into abstractions, to think of politics as simply a matter of ideas floating in the ether, rather than as real policies that affect real people. This is especially true when we talk about transing the kids, which is a very popular topic of discussion on both sides of the aisle. The whole thing is so bizarre, most people have no idea what it looks like in practice. This is what it looks like. This is what giving a 16-year-old girl testosterone looks like.
So I got out of my haircut because my hair was driving me nuts, and I shaved it because I'm tired of watching my hair thin out, and it's less distressing if I shave it. So when I talk about being too far gone, I don't really know what else to call it. This is what I mean. This is how deep my voice is. It's gotten deeper over time, and it's settled. This is what I mean by hair loss. And it just keeps getting worse. It keeps thinning. It keeps receding backwards. And I'm not exactly sure that's coming back. Those are the main things when I talk about being androgenized to a point of no return. I really don't see those being fixable. So that's when I talk about, just kind of staying how I am, regardless of how I feel. That's why, just because I don't really see me personally being able to come back from what's happened so far. So I hope that's a little explanatory.
Your heart just breaks for this girl. And it breaks because deep down, you know that she's right. There is no way to undo the damage inflicted on her body by the adults who mutilated her body. I'm not saying that all hope is lost. It isn't. I'm not saying that she can't live a wonderful life. She certainly can. But something really was taken from her by every adult who should have known better and who allowed this to happen, from her immediate family all the way up to President Biden, who pushes this stuff at the federal level. Okay, something was really taken from her. And we labor under this delusion in modern life that nothing's permanent, everything's reversible. There's all of your commitments, all of your obligations, all of your decisions about your own body and your life, none of it's permanent. You can just change whatever, but that's not true. That there is a lot of irreversible damage that came as a result of this transgender insanity, this fad that's going to pass, but the damage is not going to pass. You'll notice the left never promotes these videos. The left never shows you mutilated kids. Or forget about transgenderism for a second. Left never shows you dying babies in the womb. The left never shows you crime in the border towns. The left never shows you addicts who overdose on drugs. The left never shows you any of the actual effects of their policies. The left does the opposite. The left relies on euphemisms. That's what political correctness is. Vague words intended to hide harsh realities, intended to deceive. That distinction tells you everything you need to know about American politics in 2022. In order for the left to win, it needs to hide the reality of what it is doing. In order for the right to win, it just needs to convince people to open their eyes. These politicians, these Democrats, look really, really bad. There's a Louisiana Democrat who's running for Congress who just released an ad focused largely on defending abortion. In the ad, there is a video of her actually giving birth to her son.
I'm Katie Darling, and I live on a farm in St. Tammany Parish. Our family composts, collects rainwater, and grows our own food. My husband and daughter help take care of the chickens. And there's someone else who's going to be joining us and helping to pitch in with farm life very soon. But these days, I worry about storms that are stronger and more frequent because of climate change, about our kids underperforming public schools, and about Louisiana's new abortion ban, one of the strictest and most severe in the country. We should be putting pregnant women at ease, not putting their lives at risk. I haven't spent my career in Washington. I've worked my way up from bartender to CEO. Now I help nurses organize their complicated health records. Because nurses aren't just heroes, they're saints. Louisiana deserves better than the path we're on. I'm Katie Darling, and I'm running for Congress because I want that better path. For you, for her, and here we go, for him.
That is the most psychotic ad, forget even psychotic, it's the most psychopathic political ad I have ever seen in my entire life. Excuse me. I wasn't getting choked up, I just hiccuped. But I could be getting choked up. That is absolutely psycho. One, if you run for office at all, you have at least a 15% chance of being a psychopath, just generally, in either party. Then if you invite a political film crew in to roll tape while you're giving birth, you have a 99.7% chance of being a stone cold psychopath. And then if you can hold your newborn baby boy and look into the camera and celebrate the right to dash his brains out, that's actually not what happens in an abortion. If you would defend the right to poison him and then dismember him, this little newborn baby that you are holding in your hands, the legal right to rip that baby limb from limb, not 5 seconds before that ad could have been filmed, you have a 100% chance of being a psychopath, which this woman obviously is. And it got me thinking, why the hell would she ever air this? She looks nuts. She looks like a stone cold killer. And I suspect the thinking here was to try to split the baby on the issue, because Louisiana is a largely pro-life state. She's running as a Democrat, and so she doesn't want to seem completely cold and callous like the infanticidal maniac that she is. So she says, okay, what I'm going to do is, with my words, I'm going to defend abortion, and then in my actions, I'm going to seem like a loving mother. And so I'm going to appeal to both people, the kind of traditional voters and also the psychos who want to kill all the babies. And for me, at least, probably for you, the effect of that is the opposite. She just looks like Lady Macbeth, out damn spot, dashing her baby's brains out. But I suspect that was a little bit of the thinking there. The other really telling thing here is everyone in the ad is seen. Every subject of the ad is seen. The husband gets a lot of FaceTime. The little daughter gets a lot of FaceTime. The candidate obviously gets a lot of FaceTime. The only person who we see a little bit of the person's back, but we never see the person's face, is the newborn baby. And now this, I think, ties right in with what we were talking about at the top. It's very hard to support abortion if you see a little baby. And newborn babies are cute. Their faces are all kind of smushy and cute, So you would think in a political ad, if you're stone cold psycho enough to push your birth in a political ad, you want the cutest part of the whole scene in the ad, right? The most appealing, attractive part. But she can't put the baby's face in the ad. For the same reason that the libs can't show you the actual transgendered kids who have had their bodies mutilated. For the same reason they can't show you the actual border towns where all of those illegal aliens show up. For the same reason that they can't show you all of the overdose victims of their drug policies. They can't show you the reality of the policies that they are advocating. The rest of the show is continuing now in the members block. It is Woke Wednesday, and so my producer, Ben Davies, has teed up a new challenge for me. It is from the channel Love, Don't Judge, and the challenge is to see how long I can just totally, simply, merely love without any kind of judgments whatsoever creeping into my head. I'm not sure how long I'm going to make it. If you are not a member, click the link in the description and join us. We will see you on the member block.